officials, welcome to the week 3 training tape for the GPAC. We've got 11 plays to look at this week, so go ahead and get started. This first one is philosophy on DOF versus false start. So if we have defensive players who are close to the line of scrimmage and they make a movement forward and then the offense reacts or the offense snaps the ball, that should be placed on the defense. So this is a nationwide philosophy. So on this play, we can see there what we've got. This one, we have to make a dead ball because we have these defenders right now. We've got DOF. Okay, we're gonna have DOF no matter what. But if you watch, the left guard moves, and this is our center right here. Here's the ball, and it has not moved yet. So now we've got a reaction by an offensive player before the snap. So we have a dead ball. So we know we're going to go with the OF. So our announcement should be offside defense number, I don't know, let's go with 91 in the neutral zone, causing a reaction by the offense. And with the reaction by the offense before the ball snapped, we've got a dead ball. If they were in the neutral zone and no offensive player moved before the ball snapped, now we're going to have a live ball DOF, and it's kind of the free play. That is what the offense would rather have. But in this case, we don't have the snap until an offensive lineman is moved. Therefore, we've got that, which shuts the play down, and we go with the DOF. So that's our philosophy. It's a pretty easy one on this play to get right. We'll run it through at full speed here. You can see we definitely have defense in the neutral zone. We definitely have offense reacting. So we're going to have multiple flags here. Let's talk about who should have flags. Our umpire's flag is only for the offensive lineman moving, so he should have a flag for that. Our wings are going to have the flags for the DOF. Okay, referee I think has a flag here. Referee, you should not have a flag, which we don't. That's good. That's a flag coming in from our wing. So referees, your secondary on that. A lineman false starting. So if you got that flag coming out from your umpire, that's what that's for. So then referee, we do not want you to have a flag. So good job on that play, BJ, for not having a flag. All right, let's see what we have to say here. Number 1 is head ups. All 3 linemen are considered adjacent. So yeah, so he's head up on this guy right in front of him. So this guy is adjacent, head up on this guy. So all 3 of these are linemen that if they move, it would be on the defense. So you can see that left guard does. So very good. Next one we've got is a review for targeting. And let's just let this play run through quick. Let's get to the play. So we've got a player here who is coming into the screen and dips his head, and we've got what looks to be contact. So here's Sean's comment. We have a defensive player, high risk indicator, forcible contact, or crown of the helmet is what we would need for targeting. And if we go to the end zone view, get a little better view of this, the comment here is this play was overturned, and I don't know for sure the process of who overturns it, but the comment was receiver changed levels, defender dips to take on the contact, and there's no thrust, crouch, or forcible contact to the defensive player. So if we go back and take a look at this, that's the judgment that we have. It's definitely one we want to throw on. Okay, slowing it down here, we definitely have a defensive player. He definitely dips, and it looks like we have a forearm to the head, which if we do, then that would be forcible contact to the head or neck area. So I don't know exactly what the process is for taking this targeting off, but point is, on the field, we did a nice job of throwing the flag. That's all we can do, and then we turn it over to the higher command. All right, next play we've got is, yeah, his comment is, if we have one player here, we can warn for being too far back, illegal formation. But if we have 3 guys who are not on the line of scrimmage, it's got to be a flag, no warning on that. So that's just a comment, pretty quick one. You see, going back, you know, we've got 2, if not all 3 of those guys who are not on the line of scrimmage. So one guy you can warn. It's more than one, flag. Quick one. Next play is, we'll watch the play and then we'll go to the end zone view for our comments. All right, so we've got 12 men on the field. To be legal, the player has to have both feet out of bounds. Well, actually has to have a foot touching out of bounds. And then he would be out of bounds. So we've got the player running off the field. Now, so we are in, you know, we're scrimmage kick here. So we got to think about who can call this. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the greatest angle because we got our side judge in here as a double umpire. Field judge is here, but we can't have our line of scrimmage official who has to be worrying about false starts, DOS, and so on watching this. So we would need our field judge from underneath the upright to be looking over here. And, you know, what I would say to do is, you know, watch when this player, you know, watch him, and you'll see the movement by everybody, you know, peripherally. So, you know, you should be able to get that. He definitely is still on the field, and we would have an illegal substitution. So we do want to make sure that's the 12th player going off. If not, we still would have a foul because he would be, you know, encroachment. He'd be offside, I should say. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. He is 12. So we definitely should have a foul. But mechanically, that's how we would play that one out. Okay, this is just excellent. This is exactly where we want to be. Kickoff out of bounds, ball bouncing. So I'll go back a little bit, and he's just right on that line, diagonal. He's got the, you know, the pylon splitting his waistline, and ball goes over the left shoulder in this case. We're going to be out of bounds, go over the right shoulder. We are going to be a touchback. And if it goes right over the top of that baby, you know, let's not be that good. Let's just go with the touchback. So in this case, goes over the left shoulder. We've got to kick off out of bounds. Excellent job. We're gonna, you know, kill the clock signal a couple of times and then go right into the rolling of the wrist. So we do want you to roll the wrist there and then get on the 0-2-0. Okay, but that's how I handle that mechanically. Good job. Okay, we got a couple of these plays. So snapping 7-yard line and in. H and L are going to go to the goal line on the snap, which means forward backward needs to be primary by our referee. And I confirmed all this with my line of scrimmage guy as well. So mechanically, everything is good here. And Sean's comment is, you know, if you're going to be primary on that, then this might be a time where you might want to slide out a little wider so you have a little better angle at that forward backward. Okay, but let's watch our line of scrimmage official. We do go to the line. We go to the goal line right away at the snap, so that's good. Okay, and this is a pretty easy one. We've got the the pass from the 11, maybe the 12, touch at the 9 probably. That's a pretty easy one, but that judgment is going to have to be primary by a referee. But as our short wings are going to line of scrimmage, you're going to be able to help out on that as well. Different view of this one. I don't think this view is going to help us out a lot, but let's take a look at it real quick. So good job mechanically by everybody on this one. Here's the second one, and this one caused some issues. So again, we're snapping the ball from the 6 in this case, and we would again, we want our referee to flatten out maybe a little bit, maybe go a little shallower than your normal 14 yards, and have a judgment on this. So let's run it through and see what Sean's comment is here. Thrown at the 12, touch the 10, forward pass. It might have been thrown at the 11, touch the 10, but it's pretty tight. But I think this one's, whoa, Stop. Sorry. I think this is one that we can get. So again, we're going to have our line of scrimmage officials going to be going to the goal line, which they are. As you're doing so, you can have opinion on this forward, backward, but primary is going to be our referee. So this one makes it a little more challenging because this receiver comes back. This ball's thrown, not quite downfield as far as what he wanted. So this is first touched. He's coming backwards to touch it. Now we let's go back and take a look at our blocking downfield possibly. Again, we're at the 6. This number 11 here is coming in. He's blocking right at the 5. So remember, he gets 1 yard for that blocking. Okay, and this ball is definitely touched behind, so we're good anyway. But what happens here is they pick it up, and of course they go scoop and score. So we can let this play out and come talk about it, but mechanically that's how we need to handle those. So in the future, before your next part of your next pregame has to be the discussion on this play and just reviewing how we're going to do it. Okay, we've got a couple plays here to talk about. So the guideline is 3rd and 3 or 4th and 4. Okay, so when I say 3rd and 3 or 4th and 4, what we mean is anytime we are 3rd and 3, which obviously means also 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, or 4th and 4 or 4th and 3 or 4th and 2 or 4th and 1, we are going to immediately at the snap, line of scrimmage officials get to the line of gain. Do not hold your position. Go immediately. 3rd and 3, 4th and 4. So we have 4th and 2. So on the snap, our line of scrimmage official should immediately step 2 yards downfield to that line of gain. And let's see if we do that on this play. We do not. We hold. We already should be there. Okay. So we want to be there. Now we take a look at our H. Our H did move. I think a wider view shows. Yes, you can see him moving right here. So our H does get to that spot, and he is right there at this point and just staying right there at that line to gain. That's what we want. Line judge, we would want you to be doing the same thing. Okay, I know line judge, you're told, hold the line, but that's not when it's 3rd and 3, or 4th and 4, or when we have the goal line imminent as well. So that's our mechanics on 4th and 4 or in plays. This one here. Okay, so let's see this play. If I remember right. Okay, so cannot see the ball. We're in great position here. Okay, but you're blocked, so you can't see the ball or if body part is down at this point. Close enough to get confirmation and share information with the back judge. So again, F, he says, let's process this. There's a lot to process, and probably be a good one to, if you get a head nod from your back judge, that's fine. Otherwise, come together, talk about it, because a couple things here. You got to make sure we're not stepping out of bounds here, and that's not your responsibility as field judge. That's your line of scrimmage official coming down. So you're looking to the inside, but you can help out because there's no blocks, obviously, that can occur here. Okay, but looks like we are down, but if we're not sure, then let's get confirmation. We go up just pretty quick there is all. So just take your time, have a discussion if you need to. See what the next comment is here. Obviously we slow it down, it's a lot easier, but knees down at the 2, ball's tucked and extended, ball's clearly short of the goal line. So come talk about it, and then you can get it right, which they did, which is exactly what we want. So the crew did get together, and they did, correct it and say that no, he was short down at they might have placed at the 1 yard line, but that's good. And you can just be a little better mechanically and not have that signal and then have to go back and say, no, we're changing our mind. So you can have a little communication and not have to change that call. But overall, did a good job of getting together and getting it right. So as I said, going back now, we had our 4th and 4 or under, and then a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 is the same thing. So we have 3rd and 3. We should immediately at the snap go to the line to gain, and you can see our line judge does not I believe our H did as well did again on this play. So just remember, if we have 3rd and 3 or 4th and 4, that's the way to remember it. 3rd and 3, 4th and 4, or obviously less than that, we are going to get to those stakes. Okay, this was sent in by coach, and this is a correct no call, no flag. So he jumps through the gap of the shield. Let's take a look here. That's a great, perfect view with that end zone view that he's jumping through the gap of those players, and that is not a foul. That is good or legal to do. It is not illegal. If he would go right over the top of the frame of one of those players, that would be illegal then. And remember, if you have a leaping foul, just like a roughing or running into or roughing the snapper or lined up over the snapper, those are all fouls that are not PSK fouls. So if we did have a foul on this play, it would not be able to be a PSK. It would have to be a previous spot enforcement. And if that's going over the shield, that's a personal foul, 15 yards, and it's automatic first down. So all right. So watch for when they throw bubbles, we need to be aware. We should have 2 sets of eyes on this receiver. Our short wing and our deep wing both should be on this guy. And got 2 things to look at in this play. First of all, is we've got a defensive hold here. This guy tries to come back for a bubble screen. This guy grabs him. That's a defensive hold. You can't have DPI behind the line of scrimmage. You can have defensive holding. So let's just watch that part first. Let's watch this defender reach out and grab him. He tries to come back. He grabs him right there. You can see the restriction preventing him from getting back and catch this pass. We'll run through it in normal speed now. See, definitely restriction there. So we've got defensive holding on this play. All right, we should have the short wing and the deep wing both should be able to have this foul. All right, that's what we need to be looking at. Both the short and deep wing should be looking at that on this play. And then let's talk about this block right here. We see we have a defender on the ground. So we take a look at this angle, and it looks like maybe a takedown hold. Okay, we go to this angle. This is called a shed block. All right, and they use a shed block on screen passes. So it's not, by her philosophy, a shed block on a screen pass is not a takedown. Okay, so let's take a look at this. You can see what they do is, they kind of throw them down from the side or from behind. But the thing is, on a screen pass like this, her philosophy, this is called this is not a takedown. It's called a shed block, and shed blocks are not takedown offensive holding calls. So referees, make sure you understand that. Talk to Sean or myself if you have any more questions on a shed block, and that's, like I said, on screen passes. Okay, that's it. Oh, we're under 20 minutes. Awesome. So a lot of good plays to look at, a lot of really good officiating, and some things obviously that we can work on as well, which is we have both every week. So good job. Keep working hard. Keep having great pre-games and safe travels, and we'll talk to you again next week.